However, President Donald Trump is surprisingly still leaning into touting the benefits of the vaccine. And now is even throwing some shade at Ron DeSantis. In fact, recently Trump went after so-called gutless politicians who have declined to be open about their vaccination status. In fact, here is him on Newsmax saying just that.
I've taken it. I've had the booster. Many politicians, I watched a couple of politicians be interviewed, and one of the questions was, did you get the booster? Because they had the vaccine. And they're answering it like, in other words, the answer is yes, but they don't want to say it. Because they're gutless. You got to say it. Whether you had it or not, say it. Right. But the fact is that I think the vaccine has saved tens of millions of people throughout the world. Okay. I have had absolutely no side effects. I've had it like other people have had it, nothing special. I've had it.
All right, so, wow, you got to say it. You got to say it. Whether you've had it or not, say it. He's correct. Yes. Now, would you look at that, too? Calling him gutless. Now, of course, ironically, he's also kind of gutless in a way because he didn't call out DeSantis specifically, even though we were pretty sure that's who he was talking about. Now, Jeff, you might ask, how do you know he was talking about Ron DeSantis? Well, his comments came a couple weeks after DeSantis had said this.
The other day, Dr. Fauci said, we could be that fully vaccinated means 3 shots, which is 2 shots for the vaccination and then 1 booster shot. Have you gotten the booster?
So I've done whatever I did, the normal shot, and that at the end of the day is people's individual decisions about what they want to do.
Okay. Now, I love that, of course, that he refused to answer the question. Again, it's super weak. It is very beta male of him not to admit it.
Beta.
So, I mean, it's super sad. And, of course, we know the reason that he's doing it. A lot of the Republican base, unfortunately, is filled with people who are anti-vaxxers that have, bought the line from conservative pundits and politicians, other politicians, that have cast doubt on the vaccine. And so, I mean, again, we were just talking about how Candace Owens literally blamed the death of Bob Saget. Oh, no, I'm just asking questions on the vaccine. And so, that's the situation, right? And so he knows this. Ron DeSantis is not a dumb person. He does some very dumb things, or at least according to us. However, he knows the base. He's in Florida. He knows they're crazy. And so he doesn't want to get himself in trouble. Because of course, right? And so now Trump, what's interesting about Trump is that he doesn't care. Honestly, which I think is kind of refreshing in this case. Because he's basically saying, hey, DeSantis, what are you, weak? Are you a beta male? Are you a sad beta?
Beta male.
What are you doing? How could just tell us if you got the vaccine or not? Just tell us, tell people. That's all I'm asking. So look, for me, if Donald Trump's doing the right thing, well, that's good. And look, calling out Republicans, for example, who refuse to be honest about their vaccination status, it's a net positive. Now, what's interesting, of course, is you can go back and criticize Trump for basically hiding it the same way that DeSantis is now hiding it until he recently came out, and until Trump, as I said, recently came out and was like, oh, yeah, I'm very strong vaccine, very, very strong. I'm very in favor, saved millions of people's lives. Well, then why didn't you, publicly get the vaccine when you were president? But anyway, okay, look, honestly, though, that's fair criticism. I've criticized him before on that. I don't care about his reasons at the end of the day, though. Now, are they going to be self-serving? Yeah, of course, it's Donald Trump we're talking about, obviously. But at the same time, well, actually, more of the reasons, but I mean, Ron DeSantis is a possible 2024 contender for the Republican nomination. Donald Trump wants that nomination. But and in fact, some Trump supporting Republicans have even said that they wanted DeSantis instead of Donald Trump, even though the majority of the party still wants Trump. But DeSantis, for a lot of them, is the second choice, which I'm sure bothers Donald Trump quite a bit because it is competition. In fact, I think Donald Trump did also, in an interview, I think it was like back in October, he was like, "Oh, I know I would crush Ron DeSantis or break his back, bigly, greatly." All right, well, sure. But again, the bigger point is, touting vaccines, good. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. It's great. I'll take it. I'll take it. Because you know what? It's just a bonus that it's pitting Republicans against each other, as well as maybe, hopefully, convincing some Republicans to go and get the vaccine. Even if it's in secret, I don't really care. As long as they get it, that's good enough for me. And as far as Trump and DeSantis, let them fight. Let them fight.